Well, hello guys, another pylon setup, this time for Act 2, which has the most complicated map in the game, basically. I did go and improve a bit my setup just for the recording. Mine wasn't that efficient, alright? So, to give you some pointers and some landmarks references, this is the face of the base, the exit, okay, and this is the place where that big anomaly is, like that you find at the beginning of the game. Okay, this is where you place that object which studies a bit the anomaly and takes samples. I guess it depends on you where you place it, but keep in mind you have to go back to it. So in my case I placed it over here, and I didn't have pylons to put a travel pylon in this area, and I should have done that, because every time I needed to go there I was going around and doing a lot of walking. Okay, so yeah, just place travel pylons in the far areas so you can actually move. For this one I placed one, let's see, and I'm using a hub pylon, that big, tall, expensive hub that you unlock through research. Over here again, I've seen posts on Steam that people didn't know how to connect this Rapidium mine. This is how you can do it. Okay, see, I mean, I will assume you explored, you got to here. Alright, so even if you don't have an advanced outpost when you get here, at least place a travel pylon so you can get back later without any time costs and set up the place. Alright, over here we have another hub pylon, because the distance, it's just a bit over the limit for the other two types of pylons, so you can't really place it over here. I know I tried, right? But to the hub pylons you can't teleport, so you need another one of the travel pylons around here somewhere, at least to cut a bit from the walking. Alright, so this is how I would connect this advanced outpost over here. Now, as an advice, when you first arrive in Act 2, I would say go here, clean up any anomalies that you find in the way. You have to have the illuminator. I talked a bit about the illuminator and where you start that quest. Okay, and yeah, this is a good source, especially at the beginning when you still explore, because in the first, let's say, 3 days you just explore stuff and try to set up the other outposts. All right, and I would say start with this one and put somebody on it, and then somebody will refine this into metals and organics, and this should get you going. Okay, yes, it has some radiations, but you do have an infirmary at this point, or close to it. Okay, at least. And yeah, this will help your economy go a bit until you actually set up some safe extracting points. See, I didn't even need everything basically, because Rapidium can be mined in magnetic storms at twice the rate. Yes, I used my main to do that, and I used the miner also, and we were heavily irradiated. And be careful with the miner. I feel like my suit is better than the suits of the other alters, so I can take more punishment, but I needed somebody to farm organics also during the magnetic storm, because those get a bonus also, and I used the miner, and one time I overdid it and he got killed, so I had to reload the entire day. But yeah, as long as you are careful, you can use him also and make a duo, or anybody really, because you are on crunch time, you work 12-hour shifts. Alright, but just be careful and always keep an eye on this, see, on his levels of radiation, so he doesn't get killed. And when you are done with the day, you put him in the infirmary, and if you also have the doctor in your playthrough, it's even better. When you are farming in and get people irradiated. Yeah, it's a strategy. It's a strategy. And basically, I finished the whole game at the day 78 because I didn't have anything else to do, basically. And I only finished at day 78 because I researched both sides. When I had two options, I researched both sides just in case I would change my mind, you know, when picking stuff. Otherwise I could have cut down a few days. Yeah. Yes, do what you think. It's best. Okay, let me show you a bit how this looks. Maybe it helps you. Yeah, and also be careful about the energy gates. If you have enough planetary samples, I will assume you know what those are to this point. If you have enough planetary samples, you can unlock through research this. Okay, and this basically allows you to kill the gate's cores, and then the gate changes its behavior. It will fill up your costume instead of draining energy from it. Yeah, but you need this research to do it, and the gates have two cores, so you have to use the illuminator, destroy the cores, and that's how the gate changes its behavior. Okay, so this turned into a bit of a tip video. Okay, so this is the area in front of the gate, in front of the base. Alright, and this is the area in the back of the base. Myself, I actually, when I first started exploring, I went this way. That's why I started with this and this. Yeah, but I did use this guy for a while until I found a metal a metal mining post. I actually was worried that we don't have any metal on this map, so I will have to deal with the irradiation for the whole game, but in the end I got to this guy, and I could use the miner to mine a lot of stuff. No, he has a bonus. Alright, so this is the setup. What I wanted to talk about was this guy, see? This Rapidium outpost is all you need. If you actually mine during the magnetic storms, you don't need to. But if you are just looking to establish yourself on the entire map, I guess you can do that, and I showed you how. But over here you can actually place a pylon and connect to this hub also. It's the shorter way. And for the chain of stuff that's around here in this area, you can choose to connect it here. Okay, or yeah, I don't know, I think this one is a bit too close. I would have to place a normal pylon downstairs and then connect to something right on the edge over here. Okay, I used to, before I set up this outpost, I used to have a traveling pylon over here in order to move around. Okay, you may see in the footage that I posted that I don't have the outpost, yeah, at the end of the Act 2, that is just because I collected it. Because sometimes the game doesn't do a good job collecting the stuff. It prefers to collect the pylons instead of the outposts when it doesn't have room. So you would have to go and collect especially advanced outposts that you unlock through research. These are a bit more expensive and good. I didn't leave them here. If the game said he can't take everything, I went and picked stuff up from the map myself. No? But that would cost you some time because yeah, when you pick up the outpost you can't travel back, so yeah, it delays you a bit. But yeah, the game hasn't received any patches at the moment that I'm recording this. Oh. And over here, the connection to this area, it can't be done to the left because over here you have actually rock. It doesn't show on the minimap, but over here it actually have a wall, so you have to go this route. Okay, and connect like this. Right. Okay, guys, so this is it. I hope this is helpful, and I'll move on to the Act 3 map. Okay, and see you around. Bye bye.